Got another computer build for all of you using this Sierratech or Kieratech, I've always called it Sierratech, small form factor case that I picked up for free. Core 2 Duo inside, it says. Missing the CD-ROM. There's actually a vent right there. You can see it's kind of rusted. You flip it around, you can definitely see that it is in fact small form factor. Does not have the power supply. Looks like another one of those Intel DQ35JOE motherboards, or an Intel board at least. If I go ahead here and find my screwdriver, just on the floor, and take out the screw on the back. Go ahead and have a quick look-see inside. We could see that the mess is not just on the skin. Wow, look at this. It might not even be as evident, but yeah, that is dirty. If I turn the video light on, you might be able to see it even better. Looks like crap. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this thing downstairs and I'm going to clean it out before I even do anything with it. Definitely better. Wow. Almost made a full recovery. And that was without using forced air or a vacuum cleaner. So, you can see it needs a power supply. It just so happens that I have one from everybody's favorite manufacturer, but I don't care because I'm crazy like that. 250 watts, the total power max. I don't know if it actually works, although I have no reason to believe that it doesn't. And it will fit in the case. So I got that. The other thing I'm going to need, because this power supply, if you'll notice, you've got our 4-pin connection. We have our, is that actually 24? Yeah, there's a 24-pin connection there, which doesn't split. I just noticed that now. There's a 24-pin connection. Got floppy, and the rest of it is serial ATA. So I'm going to need, because I am going to end up using an IDE hard drive in this, the reason being that I've got more IDE drives laying around than I do SATA drives. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've also realized that I cannot put a floppy drive in here because this board, which is in fact, well, it's upside down there, but you can read it, DQ35JOE. This board does not actually have floppy drive, even though it's got the solder pads for it. Probably wouldn't have killed Intel to put that on here, but oh well. They didn't ask me when they were building it, and I didn't build it, so that's the way that it's going to be. Eventually, I have a small form factor video card. I might see if that works in this machine, but I gotta get some RAM out, I gotta get a hard drive, optical drive, and I gotta get started. Well, that sure deteriorated quickly. Apparently, Best Tech, or Worst Tech, if you want to call them by their actual name, was not being generous with power supply wiring when they built this. You see all this extra wiring here, but there are a couple of cords, and it seems to be just the 3.3 volts on this line that are not long enough. And what happens? Well, then you can't install your power supply properly. What a mess. So I guess I'm going to be in the market for a new TFX power supply. Isn't that nice? Well, whatever the case may be, I'm going to still have to get out the RAM. I'm going to have to get a CPU, but I got a couple of CPUs that I can try here. I have a Core 2 Quad Q6600. I believe that's this chip right here. Yes, this is the Core 2 Quad Q6600. probably not going to put that into this because that chip generates quite a bit of heat. So I don't really want that in here. This, what is this? This is an Intel Core 2 Duo E6400. That would work. This is a E6750 Core 2 Duo. I'm going to try that one first. Another E6400. Actually, I think I'm going to try an E6400 first, and because I got two of them, and make sure that the motherboard actually functions before I bother to put in a decent CPU. And if it toasts the CPU, I'm not going to be too unhappy because I got two of them. So, and I could get more where those came from. But I got to stop yanking and start working. I did verify that all four of those chips are listed as being supported by the DQ35JOE. One interesting thing I think I ought to point out is that this is a green PCB board. If I remember right, the other one that I used, which is in that machine down there, was a blue PCB board. I wonder if that's just an age difference. Very peculiar nonetheless. Here is a warning going out to my audience that does not like to hear swear words and or non-politically correct verbiage, because both of those things are about to make an appearance. If you are one of these people, stop watching this video, because it's not going to get any better. I made the decision to go ahead and install the cooler, but I put the thermal paste on and the CPU I wanted, because I wanted to save myself a little bit of time, and you only live once. It is a damn good thing I did that, because this retarded-ass piece of shit that is the Intel stock cooler ain't coming off of there if I can avoid it. That was difficult. I've never had so much trouble installing a cooler of any kind other than these monstrosities that Intel, still to this day, for some inexplicable reason, thinks are a good idea. They're not. Almost made me think I just wanted to stop the whole project right there, because I got a lot of time and a lot of patience for a lot of things, but crappy cooler designs just isn't one of them. And right now I'm actually looking for my RAM, because I've realized that once again I forgot to grab the RAM. This is a DDR2 system, so I gotta find my DDR2. I have no idea where it would be. Those are Sims. I pulled out PC133 just a second ago. But I believe in this bag, I have my bag of PC2, DDR2. Nope, that is DDR. Wow, I thought it was DDR2. I guess not. Must be the other bag. Okay. Got a lot more DDR than I thought, if that's DDR. Maybe the DDR2 is in there, too. On the right drive. Nope, I think this is my DDR2. Okay. Yeah, I picked the wrong bag. Really good at doing that, I tell you what. Yep. That is DDR2. So let's see. What do we have for choices for DDR2? That is a 1 gigabyte module. That's 256 megs. That's 512. That's 512. Okay, 512 for 1 gig. Good enough for a test. And let's see if this stupid cooler is actually installed properly. I doubt it, because that was work. Ugh. That's why I always like to buy AMD if I'm going to buy something brand new and have to put it together myself. Okay, which one's channel 1? Alright. Okay, this is set up in a very strange way, but I'm going to go ahead and put them into these slots. I'm assuming that the RAM is good. I'm assuming the board's good. I guess if the board's not good, I'll find out shortly, as soon as I hit the power. Alright, so we got RAM installed in there now, so there's no hiding from it. Power on the monitor, and find the power cord for the computer, plug in the computer. That's a beep code. Well, at least it's got some life to it. I'll have to look that up. It's probably a CPU problem, if I had to guess. Well, the beep code stopped. Turns out it was a RAM error, supposedly, according to Intel. Does it post? Probably not. I know that these... Oh, holy crap. Yes, it does. So, I guess I've just confirmed that this memory module is either bad or the system does not like it. I'm going to have to run a mem test on that. But, you can't see anything because the camera is apparently too close. I want to go into the BIOS. Is my keyboard even working? My keyboard is not working. Okay, so I actually had to put the board into maintenance mode. There is, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to, probably won't be able to see it, but beside this, right here, there's a jumper poking up. Actually, it's just on top of one of the serial ATA ports. You'll notice that it's got a little yellow thing attached to it. Change that over and it puts the board into the maintenance mode. So I've reset the Intel Active Management technology. I'm going to clear the BIOS passwords. Unlock Intel QST. We'll set that to yes. That should all be fine. Intel Advanced Debug, I'm going to ignore that. I'm also going to clear the TPM. And I will press F10 to save and exit. And now it's telling me to turn off power and reinstall the jumper into normal mode position. This is the first time I've ever really had to do this on one of these, because nobody's ever used the AMT. It's F2 to get into setup, not delete, if it'll post. There we go. Oh, it's not working. Wonder why. Very strange. Well, I don't know what the deal was with that. There was no reason for any of it. It would not let me into the BIOS setup, so I guess that's why that machine was tossed. I got another board here that I have very much jerry-rigged together. I'm going to go ahead, and I've jumped out the power switch, so as soon as I plug this in, we're going to see what happens. It is entirely lifeless. Nothing. Doesn't do anything at all. Wow. Hey, look, I found a board that works. I gotta be really careful with this because I'm running this thing without thermal paste, so I can't run this very long, but the board is working. At least it seems to be working. And I can actually get into setup on this one. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to transplant this board into that machine and see if I can get it to work as intended. Oh, okay, this is odd. Put in an optical drive. This is the one I'm actually going to use in this machine anyway, serial ATA job. And the keyboard's working. I don't get it either. I wouldn't doubt that some of these utilities don't actually work. Because I know this CD's been through quite a bit. Nothing there is out of the ordinary. Inside software. Oh, did I just kill it? I think I killed it. Oops. And Control-Alt-Delete works there. But yeah, no. No matter how many times I spam the F2 key, it never goes into setup. What the hell? Come on, are you kidding me? Prove me a liar, huh? Yeah, I guess. Whatever. Knew it was going to do that on video. There are some things you just know are going to happen. Okay, let me go get a hard drive then, if this can now work. Oh, and my SATA to Molex adapter so I can put in a hard drive. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate these 80 conductor cables? They suck. Anyway, I got my drive installed with my little adapter there, which you would probably be able to see a little bit better if there was actually some light. It's a good thing I didn't take that back, because now I actually needed it. The other thing I've done is you can see a USB to PS2 adapter there. I read online, actually, that supposedly the PS2 emulation on this board is mediocre, which is pretty sad, considering that's the only input peripherals you get. But I'm going to see if this will have any effect. Somehow I doubt it, but I'm going to try it anyway. Hear that noisy hard drive? Yeah, very noisy. It's just a test drive. I probably won't keep it in there, but if I could put this thing to actual use, I won't keep it in there anyway. But right now I'm using it as a test. So let's see if it'll actually let me into system setup. Or if it'll lock up. Well, that's definitely not working. Yeah, no different. Okay, well, now it should boot to the CD. I don't want it to boot to the CD. I want the USB. Give me a minute. Well, the problem obviously doesn't persist, so I have no idea what was going on earlier. It does behave a little bit strangely, but it's working. And it looks like this version of the board actually reports the CPU temperature as opposed to the thermal margin. So that's not a bad CPU temperature for new thermal compound. I still really do not like the north and south bridge temperatures, though. Those are really hot. Voltages look okay. I think I am going to end up changing this hard drive, though. Setup entry key detected. My camcorder is about to run out of batteries. So, for whatever reason, it didn't even detect my CD. That's interesting. That I booted from. But yeah, no, this thing is not any good. See power on time there, which is really high. I don't think that's actually correct. But it's reached its end of life point. If I remember right, these drives report in like half minutes or something like that. So every 30 seconds that number will go up. But I don't actually remember. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to share for you in this video, so there's another build. Seems to work. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And, oh, there was one more thing I wanted to check, and that was whether or not the LED in the front of the case is working. Not that I think you can see it. There's the orange LED there for the hard drive, but I don't see a power LED. Oh well, whatever. This is CP666 signing off, and hope to see you next time. Till then.